Good day, everybody. Blessings and peace. Thank you for joining my Facebook page, Aisha Speaks Jade. Today I'm going to talk about, and let me first say before I say that, this is a makeup video, or I should say a makeup audio from Monday, July 2nd. And what we're going to talk about is how to stay motivated and accomplish anything. So my question that I'm going to put out there, real brief, is how can you stay motivated when you may be facing a lot of different challenges in your daily lives? So sustaining motivation can be tough under the best of circumstances. Motivation is not magic. It does not come in a bottle. There is no little blue or red pill for it. So we're just going to jump into 7 steps that I found. 7 steps to staying motivated. So the first one is set a goal and visualize it down to the most minute detail. See it, feel it, hear the sounds that accompany the end result. Okay? Again, see it, feel it, hear the sounds that accompany the end result. Number 2, make a list of the reasons you want to accomplish the goal. In our busy, distracting world, it's easy, very easy, to get blown off course. This is why you need to ground yourself in your goal. For extra success insurance, write your list with a pen. Studies show that when we write by hand and connect the letters manually, we engage the brain more actively in the process. Because typing is an automatic function that involves merely selecting letters, there's less of a mental connection. I never thought about that, but that kind of makes sense to me. 3, break the goal down into smaller pieces and set intermediary targets and rewards. This is called chunking. Long before there was Wikipedia to explain that there are 8 variations of this concept. If you take on a project and try to do the whole thing all at once, you're going to be overwhelmed. So you must start out with small tasks and then work your way up. So Google chunking to see what that's all about. I'm gonna Google that and see what chunking means, how it's broke down to the smallest. I believe it has to do with breaking it down to the smallest realistic steps and only doing one at a time. Small success triggers the brain's reward system, or the brain's reward center, releasing feel-good chemicals, dopamine. This helps focus our concentration and inspires us to take another similar step. So definitely going to have to check that out. 4, have a strategy, but be prepared to change course. It says here, let Thomas Edison inspire you in this department. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. And you know, so many of us, we're quick to give up really easy. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. 5, get the help you need. It doesn't necessarily take a village, but even if you could theoretically accomplish your objective alone, there's inherent value in sharing your plan. So I'm not sure how I feel on that one that I just said. It doesn't necessarily take a village. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I guess it really would all depend on the individual. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Do you feel that it necessarily takes a village to accomplish what you need? Or do you feel that you can do it on your own, or perhaps just ask a few positive, like-minded people to support you as you support them, and together perhaps maybe the two or three of you can work together? 6, predetermine how you will deal with flagging motivation. This is not defeative thinking. On the contrary, it's almost inevitable that at some point along the way, whether because of temporary setbacks or sheer exhaustion, you will need a little boost. When that happens, I think of what others have endured to reach their targets and to quash even the beginning of a pity party. So think about that. Even again, when we're going through challenges, we can get into that mindset of having a pity party. But then for me, if I get into that mindset, whether it's a pity party or, I'm just going to say pity party. We're just going to use pity party. I have to remind myself of others who may not even be where I'm at, even though I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. So I have to think about those that are less fortunate than myself. Because you see, too many times we take things for granted. And we have to be appreciative and humble and with gratitude for the things that we have in the present. Again, like waking up in the morning, opening our eyes up, being able to have a roof over our heads and get up and go to our jobs, or even have our own businesses and have food to eat and have clothes to put on and shoes to wear, because so many people may not have those things. For most of us, we have both our arms, our legs, our vision, our hearing, our mouth, and a lot of people don't have that. And you see in everyday life, or you see on social media a lot of times, where people who have different types of disabilities, physical or mental, yes, they have challenges or struggles, but they push forward and they don't use those as excuses. And so we have to remind ourselves for that. And we have to be grateful, and we have to be thankful to the God of our understanding, or whatever your belief may be. We have to just take a moment and stop and give thanks. 7, continually check in with your reasons for carrying on. And you just have to. You have to be. And you have to be appreciative. You have to become more internally driven. Okay? Regardless if you get criticism. Everybody is not for you. Everybody is not going to believe in your dream, your vision, or your purpose. And that is okay, because it is not for them. It's for you. And also importantly, you have to believe in what you want to accomplish. Because if you don't believe in what you need to accomplish, it's pointless, right? I mean, for me, if I'm putting in all of this hard work, but yet I'm not believing, what is the point? I mean, it's good to hear feedback and constructive criticism from people. But at the end of the day, you have to make that determination on what you believe. And I'm trying to click over as I'm speaking to you, good people, because there was something else. Okay, sounds like a plan. Yeah. So definitely just motivate yourself. Ask that question. What is your why? What is the reason why you do what you do? Whether it's working for someone, working for a corporation, what is your reason for working for that corporation? Why do you like it? Why do you dislike it? How can you improve yourself? How can you position yourself? How can you get that promotion to move on and forward? Because I know for me, where I'm at, that's definitely not it. My long-term goal is to eventually fire my boss, leave on a good note, and work completely full-time in my business. And those questions that I just asked go for even if you have your own business. Why are you working your own business? What is your purpose? What is your position? How are you aligning yourself? How can you make yourself better? What can you do? How can you make yourself better as well as how can you make your business better? Whatever you're doing, make it real clear. Write down. I don't have a problem with writing down because it's just nature for me to write down. I can type all day. I do that. But I also write it down as well. I like to really go and reference back what I wrote down, be it good, bad, and always try to turn that negative into a positive. Take small steps because I'm that type of person who I just want to go for the gusto. I just want to go for the big. And a lot of times that just don't work for me. It can work for some people, but for me, it just doesn't. So I'm finding that if I start small and work myself up, it's less stressful, less anxiety, less frustration with that. And if I don't get everything accomplished in that day, it is okay. I don't have to beat myself up as I have. It's okay because if I live to see another day, I can try it again. So that's how I see things. And so I wanted to click on to something else to see. I'm going to go into this one and see what it says. This says ways to stay motivated when negativity seems to be all around. And as we know, whenever our goal is to, do good and all that positive stuff and, make life better, there's always negativity, those devilish functions, those negative people, the bad energy. It's going to come around. It's really no way that you can escape it, but it's how you deal with it. So here are some ways on how to stay motivated when negativity seems to be all around you. 1, have an attitude of expectancy. You will get what you expect. Expect something great to happen for you every day, and it will. Say aloud each morning to yourself in the mirror, I expect something good to happen for me today. Keep saying that. Look in the mirror and say it every day. I expect something good to happen for me today. 2, take control over what you can and stop worrying about what you can't. This so speaks to me because I am there. I can be honest with myself. Take control over what you can and stop worrying about what you can't. That hits home. Some things are within your control while other things are not. Learn to recognize the difference. Refuse to worry about circumstances beyond your control. Don't allow yourself to become so emotionally entangled that it paralyzes your progress. Things may not always work out perfectly, but the sooner you get over them, the quicker you move on to your next victory. Only you can control your own actions and reactions. So I've said this to some people as well as I say this to me. I cannot and will not, I cannot control other people's actions or reactions, but I definitely can control my own actions and reactions, how I react to things. I'm a believer. At first I was a little skeptical but yes. Confirmation. Yes. I control my own actions and reactions. 3. Read and listen to positive information. If you fill your mind with uplifting and inspiring information, it will keep you motivated. Go to the bookstore or library and find at least one book on a positive topic that will give you a boost. You need constant reminders telling you that you are capable of achievement. Yes, so I am an ambassador of the library. I love going to the library when I can. And when I have time, I love going when they have different events and activities. You have to utilize your libraries. They get these different grants, and I know the ones here in Atlanta, when you go to events or activities that they have going on, they pass out a survey. Like all of those things, they need to keep a data and record of, because when they go and apply for these different grants to keep these different programs going and just keep the library open as well, it's your feedback that determines if they can keep getting these funds. So I love bookstores as well. I will go in the bookstore and I will be just as happy. See, little things like that, I'm kind of nerdy, weirdish on. People say that, but I embrace my nerdiness, if you will, or my weirdness. Like going to a bookstore is fine. I can sit like hours in a bookstore and just find different things and write down valuable information. And I'm good with it, as well as going to the library. I mean, there's been plenty of times when I've gone after work and sat until closing and found just a plethora or resource of information, and I was good. Like it was all good for me. So go. I encourage people, go to a bookstore, go to a library and find something inspiring, uplifting. I actually have a book that I need to take back, and I believe his name is Damon. It's like his recent book that he wrote. Hoping I'm saying his name right, but he's the black gentleman that's on Shark Tank. So it is one of his recent books from the library, because I can't always, have to be honest, I can't always right now buy books like I want to. I had to put that on hold, but the library definitely has up-to-date books. And so I had it for so long. Guys, I owe on it. That's a shame. I'm bad, yeah. But anyway, I encourage you to go to bookstores or libraries. 4, be with positive people as often as possible. Woo! Another one that touches me. Yes. Please, people, keep the negative people out as much as possible and embrace the positive, like-minded people. They may come into your life for a long period of time or a short period of time, but it's okay as long as it's positive people, because they may only be there for a certain amount of time to give you what you need, and then they move on. You take what they give you as long as it's positive and feeding your soul, and you do what you must with it. Negative people, miserable people love to come around people who are positive and doing something with their lives. It never fails. And it's not like they're going to keep doing it. So you have to have a strong mindset. You have to be strong spiritually. And you have to know how to keep those people at a distance, because they will try to suck the energy out of you. From experience, I know this all too well. Even up to right now, presently, I am constantly keeping people away from me as much as I can, whether that's cutting them off by phone, cutting them off physically, cutting them off social media. Whatever I need to do to keep my mental stability, physical stability, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, first and foremost, because they will attack you spiritually. Remove yourself from them. And it's sad to say, but that could include family. Now, I'm not saying that you have to remove them, but if you need to remove them permanently and not be bothered with them, if that's something that you can do, that's you. If you need to push them back and, as they say, love them from a distance, then you do that too. As long as you are taking care of yourself first and foremost, that's very important. So 4, again, is be with positive people as often as possible. Negative people and conversations will have you focus on all the wrong things and may take your focus off of your goals. Seek out positive people and don't engage in negative conversations. Instead, choose to remain neutral or just don't participate at all. If you find yourself caught in the middle of a conversation that is going in the wrong direction, change the subject to something productive. Try saying something like, I am focused on finishing this new project. I'm really excited about it. If you are stuck on the phone with a negative person, you could cut it short by telling them, I have an important appointment and or meeting and or conference call in 5 minutes, and I need to finish preparing for it now. So those were just some examples. But yes, people's conversation too. I hear at work a lot of times, people are miserable. People are negative. Everything that comes out of their mouth is something wrong, very low energy or no energy at all. And they just are driven to me. So I have to tell them, if it's not feeding me in a nice way, but firm way, I have to tell them, like, I can't deal with that conversation that you having. You know, whatever I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I try not to be disrespectful, but I have to let them know in so many words, it's not feeding my soul, excuse me. And, you know, I just have to remove them away from me, because, you know, I attract a lot of different people. People feel my energy, be it if it positive or negative, you know, and because I deal with so many people, whether it's co-workers or customers, I have people come to me on a daily. So I have to keep my spirituality grounded. I have to get to a place before I start working, and I have to give thanks and chant or pray or just speak above, like, this is what I want today. This is what I want positive to happen. So whatever your routine is, I encourage you to continue it so that you can get through the day. 5, speak positive affirmations. Words have a creative force. Regardless of what is going on around you, speak out loud what you want to happen. Write out an affirmation that you can say daily and put it up somewhere that you are sure to see it every day, like your bathroom mirror or your refrigerator or wherever you go to all the time. Make sure that you post that up so you can see it and say it. Even if it's not the same thing and you're doing something each day, saying something, an affirmation each day differently, just post it up. That's all. Make sure that you put it in a visible place where you see it every day. 6, learn from your mistakes instead of repeating them. Whew. Yes. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect people. So a lot of times I hear people, they have said, "Oh, I'm perfect. I never do anything wrong." You lied. You're doing it wrong now because you're lying, saying that you never made no mistakes and you've never done anything wrong. Stop it. Stop being in denial. Again, we all make mistakes. The key is to learn from them and keep on moving. Conduct regular self-evaluations and examine how you handled situations and what you could do differently next time. Write down possible solutions and outcomes so when you are faced with a problem, you can properly think through the best way to handle it. That said it all. You make mistakes, learn from it, keep moving. Don't harp on it. Don't do the pity patty. Please don't blame everybody else because all the times it's not everybody else. When you point that finger, you do have that thumb that's pointing back at you. So make sure that you self-check yourself. And it's okay. We make mistakes. We're human. Okay? Again, that goal is to conduct regular self-evaluations and examine how you can handle the situation and what you can do differently. Sometimes we make uncomplicated situations very complicated and then it's out of control. We don't need to do that. 7, make a plan. There is a very popular saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Have you guys heard of that saying before? Let me say it again. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. When you take time to plan, you allow yourself to think through the entire process from beginning to end. This can spark ideas, improve productivity, and ensure a great outcome. Once you have a written agenda, you are immediately going to be motivated to accomplish it. Without one, you have nothing to run with and end up feeling stuck. Again, without one, you have nothing to run with and end up feeling stuck. Write out your to-do list the night before. Identify the 3 most important things that you must accomplish the next day and start with those first. 8, celebrate accomplishments, whether big or small. I said that. Whether it's small or big, celebrate them. It's okay. Don't think that your small accomplishments are not appreciated. You have to celebrate yourself. Celebrate what you do, small or big. Always take time out to celebrate. Rewards play a huge part in staying motivated. Reward yourself each and every time you reach a goal. It could be anything from maybe you're throwing a party to taking a weekend away or treating yourself to a movie night. Just don't overlook it. Think about something you have recently accomplished and plan a way to celebrate it within the next 10 days. It can be as simple as going out for ice cream. Reward yourself. I mean, you're worth it. And that's what I'm saying. It does not just need to be work related. It could be it can be anything, big or small. Taking a vacation, whether it's a week or 2 weeks, overnight, weekend, it could be anything. Taking time out just to relax. Taking time out to read a book. Taking time out to spend with your children or your loved ones, or taking yourself to the movies, or cooking a special dinner that you always wanted to try. Any little thing is a reward. 9, build a support team. Having the right team in place to help you is crucial to your success. You will be amazed at what you and your team can accomplish when you are all motivated and working toward the same goal. It is worth the effort to put the right support system in place. Make a list of some winning people in your circle that you can partner with. Exchange ideas with and who can help you get things done. This is probably one of those struggles. Building a support team. Been there, done that. I've had good feedback and I've had bad feedback. But I do know at the end of the day, everyone is not the same. So this is a work in progress and it can't be forced. For me, it has to come naturally when I'm talking about building a support team. We have to feed off each other. We have to feed with our souls. We have to connect. It has to come naturally. They as well as myself and business partner, we definitely have to all have this connection and be like-minded people, or else for me, it just won't work. And so that is taking time. And I'm okay with that because I don't want to rush it. And so many times from past experience, rushing, trying to build support teams and have people, because some people can pitch that good talk. And then at the end of the day, they really are not who they are, or they try to suck the life out of you and your business, or what you're doing. So I'm okay with taking my time building a support team. 10. Rehearse your victories. Oftentimes we forget how far we've come and the successes we've already accomplished. Designate a token of achievement that you can carry with you to remind yourself that you are a winner. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. Go back and look at your trophies, certificates, a special note of congratulations, or anything that will keep you motivated when you are facing tough life moments. An infectious, positive attitude can shift your entire life. Infusing your mind with positive thoughts will cause you to produce more positive results in your life. Right now, you're getting as many opportunities as you think you can have. You're making just the amount of money you really believe you can. To break into making what you've only dreamed of and wished for, you must start thinking, believing, and speaking like you're already worth that number. Purposefully infusing your life with a positive perspective will keep you motivated and eliminate all negative sources out of your life. And I believe that said it best. So I'm going to end this audio on that note and hope that you always think about you first. Learn to respect yourself, self-respect, self-love, self-worth. Know your worth. Live your best life. Know your whys. Align yourself. Discipline yourself. Take care of the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Again, the top 10, have an attitude of expectancy. Take control over what you can and stop worrying about what you can't. Read and listen to positive information. Be with positive people as often as possible. Speak positive affirmations. Learn from your mistakes instead of repeating them. Make a plan. Celebrate accomplishments, whether big or small. Build a support team. And finally, rehearse your victories. With that being said, much gratitude. Ashe.